G'day, it's Ryan the Lion from A Few Quiet Yarns, and today I'm here with Sheridan Broadbent, and we're going to have a yarn with Sheridan. So let's kick it off. Let's ask you nicely to introduce yourself. Let's meet the person and we'll talk about the business later.
Okay, my name's Sheridan Broadbent. I'm an Auckland-based New Zealander. I am into motorsports.
Oh, really?
Yes, so I race cars. I'll show you the car downstairs as you leave today.
Cool.
So that's my personal passion. I love travelling. I have come from a fairly unusual background professionally, so I'm a South Auckland girl.
Cool.
And I guess very keen to make my mark on the world now that I'm not working full time.
Yeah. Oh, that's great. Well, that leads right into our next question, which is what impact are you making? But before we go there, what is the car? And just to preface that, my wife held the drag record for a year and a half. The women's record, yeah.
Wow.
So
what sort of car did she have?
She had a R33 Skyline, which is known as the Whale. Yes. But she brought it direct from Japan with a complete carbon body after body kit. So all the parts were worth more than the car.
I bet they were. That's always the way.
Yeah.
I don't have anything as powerful as hers. So at the moment, I'm racing a 1969 GT Cortina.
Oh wow, classic.
Yeah, it is a classic. 50-year-old parts, so you can imagine that there are some challenges keeping that on the racetrack functioning. But it's a great distraction. I'm a bit of an adrenaline junkie. I've just taken up skiing in the last couple of years as well, snow skiing, which is sort of in the same realm, but I'm pretty incompetent. So at both.
Are you doing those, was it off-piste?
No. I was really just, trying to look like a normal person skiing down a hill is the focus at the moment.
And having some fun,
Yeah, let alone the other stuff. So yeah, and I do circuit racing. I have done drag racing before in my mother's V8 Statesman when I was a girl. So, but not with much success. No championships for me.
And just talking of the last part of our personal question, here comes the famous cat.
Yes, this cat that has been on audio and video conferences worldwide. I work from home and she's an active participant, as annoying as that's about to become for all of us.
That's all right. This is Ryan the Lion's new friend. Hello.
Rusty Dusty.
Rusty Dusty.
World famous in New Zealand.
Oh well, if you see a cat jump up, that will be Rusty. Are you going to come up? No. Stranger danger.
No, not for long.
Okay. So, on to question 2. What impact are you making? Now that's quite a question. It's designed to be open and it's designed to be inspirational, I think. So let's crack into it. And no pressure again.
Yeah, I know. I'd love to think I'm making an impact. I guess personally, one thing that gives me most satisfaction to where I suspect maybe I am making an impact is I've been doing some mentoring over the last couple of years, not paid, but just of a couple of younger women in infrastructure and one sort of in social media and in comms, sort of leaning into some big decisions in their lives, and that's been really great. I mean, they're far more brilliant than I am, and 2 of them in particular are just smashing it in the world, and sort of mum's left here, in Westmere, wondering why on earth they would take advice off me. But that does feel like I'm making a difference, and that has been really good fun, and I've learnt a lot, probably more than they have over the course of that. Look, I'm in terms of professionally, I'm a professional director these days, and where I feel I'm making a difference is in bringing some different perspectives. I'm not what you would expect around the boardroom table. That's changing though. There's more people that kind of look and behave like me out there in the world of governance. So look, I hope I'm helping with strategic decision making. I hope I'm helping with improved agility and tech-based, future-facing decision making in the traditional kind of businesses that I'm on the boards of. And I guess my sweet spot has historically been traditional established businesses with large distributed workforces facing some form of either a crisis or a pivot point where they're threatened by technology or change. And
the world of disruption.
The world of disruption, and the world of disruption as it affects large field forces, actually.
Yes, so if I think of scrolling down your LinkedIn profile, there's Genesis, there's Downer, and there was one other that it's not coming off the top of my head, but yeah, those field forces.
Yeah, and most recently Counties Power. So I was the chief executive of Counties Power, which is an Auckland-based Lions company, the other Auckland-based
And a great
Lions
sponsor
company.
of rugby, by the way.
Great
Thank
sponsor of rugby, men's and women's rugby, actually.
Great point, actually.
Yes, and when I was there, we sponsored the girls' team in the 7s and the 15s, and of course we had most of the women's All Blacks or Black Ferns in our team in those days. So yeah, a mighty rugby heritage and a great sponsorship for us too.
Yeah, well, I'm looking at the women's sports, and to see Molenbeek get behind the Black Ferns, I think it's my sort of thinking out there for all the marketing people. I don't know what you think, is that this is almost like the disruption of marketing. Women's sport
absolutely
is the great message to get behind and support. It's new ground. Like if you think of it from a new ground point of view, but.
And if you think of things in terms of innovation, watching women's rugby, these some of the techniques of the future that the whole world is going to have to embrace in terms of this more nimble kind of 7 style, on your feet style rugby. That it's exciting, and that's where I'd be putting my sponsorship money for sure.
Yeah. So, should we chuck in the International Women's Day? It's coming up, and with what you've achieved as a professional director, I think it's a great story to share with everybody out there. Both male and female, but especially as we were talking earlier, I like to ask, what advice would you give to a young businesswoman